My last video, I kind of discussed how to approach Bear Lake from a sup. This one, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the wade fishing aspects of Bear Lake. The first thing I guess I want to kind of mention is location. There's a lot of private property around Bear Lake. The best public access is going to be on the east side of the lake. There are some areas on the west around the marina. There's beach swim areas on the south and the north. And obviously, if you have some access to some properties along the west, there are probably some great water over there. But your best spot to be able to go and access pretty easily and find fish is going to be along the east side. Now, as I said in the last video, this is my first time to Bear Lake targeting carp. The area that I started at was probably not ideal. It was pretty rocky. I was looking for a spot where there really wasn't anybody, and obviously the beaches and stuff, there's going to be a lot of people, and this rocky area is not a real great area for swimming, so I could get out there and kind of be by myself. The complicated thing about this rocky area was how difficult it was to see the fish. And there are common carp and there are mirror carp in Bear Lake. Typically the common carp or from my limited experience, were kind of a darker color. So you can even kind of see it here. The darker colored ones are going to be your common, and the lighter colored ones were typically mirror carp. It seemed pretty close to 50-50 common carp to mirror carp in Bear Lake, so there's a lot of opportunity to catch either here. On there you can kind of see, I usually have it's actually a binocular harness that I use to hold my drone controller, but I forgot it, so I was trying to fish with one hand there. You'll see it in a couple of these where it doesn't work very good. It's much better to be able to use both hands when you're trying to fish. But anyway, these rocky areas have a lot of crayfish, so the carp in these areas were pretty aggressive. As I said in my last video, they seem to like the faster sinking stuff. Now, there were some suspended ones in here. One of the later videos, there's a suspended fish where I used a real light fly. And so a lot of times when they are cruising just below the surface, I like real light flies because you can keep your fly in the target zone longer, and they may chase it down a little bit, but they're not going to chase it fast like a heavy fly. But if the carp are down on the bottom, then that is a really good situation. And the water's a little bit more than like 1.5 feet, that's a good situation to use a heavier fly. So most of this I was using small dumbbell eyes, not the big ones. I did use the big ones for the sup, but smaller dumbbell eyes, some bead chain eyes, and then my normal faux pearl or mono eyes for weight on the flies, just kind of depending on the depth that they were in. So here's kind of a cool one. I had the drone controller in my hand. I'm walking along. I spot the fish here. This is really kind of a neat situation. He's coming right at me, and I got the drone controller in my hand. I don't even have my fly out right now, which is stupid. Normally, if you're walking in a flat like that, you want your fly out. You want enough fly line out so that you can make a quick cast, and your fly line should be out the end of your fly rod. I totally blew it here. So I'm trying to do this as fast as I can. I'm ducked down low to the water on the left there. You see that awful cast with my left hand. He immediately tries to hit it. I missed him. And look at him. He is just going crazy. Like, where the heck is that? I want to eat that. He's hunting around. Meanwhile, goofball me, there you can kind of see where it cast just to the right of them. Again, he didn't see it, so I had to keep doing it till he finally found it, and then there we go, fish on. And then I immediately lost the footage because, again, I'm trying to do it with one hand and still catch it. But this was actually a good fish, one of the better ones I caught. A nice mirror carp, or a nice common carp. Beautiful lake again, guys. And so here's another one where this fish is right at the surface. He came after the fly, which is why he came in. He tried to eat it twice, and then finally he gets in here and gets it. But this is a situation where I was using the unweighted fly. Because when he was originally out there, he was a couple feet of water, and he was right at the surface. So I kind of teased him in by him trying to eat it and missing it a couple times. He finally came in, fish on, and yeah, a lot of fun. So I I had to kind of go back and forth depending on where the fish were, how they were feeding, what type of fly to use. You know, the 3 weights, the dumbbell eyes, the bead chain eyes, and then the mono eyes. And again, that was just based on where they were at in the water column. You know, the deeper water, I definitely liked the heavier fly to get down to them. So anyway, it was a lot of fun, guys. I hope you learned a little bit. Go give Bear Lake a shot. As always, like and subscribe.